Hey, what's up? Lightboltjoe here. Today we are going to discuss the 2016 action-adventure thriller film X-Men Apocalypse, directed by Bryan Singer. This is yet another iteration of the X-Men films in the X-Men franchise, directed by Bryan Singer. This is the first film we see Sophie Turner as Jean Grey, aka Dark Phoenix, leading into her own film. What is his last name? I can never remember his last name. He plays Wade Watts in Ready Player One. The first time we see him as Scott, Cyclops. So Scott and his brother Alex are in this film. We lose Alex in a battle against Apocalypse, this ancient mutant. But Evan Peters is back as Quicksilver. Alexandra Shipp we have as Storm. Olivia Munn we have as Psylocke. There's a slew of people in this. This is the first one we get Nightcrawler in. But then, of course, James McAvoy and what's his face? Hopefully, Eric Lischner, Magneto. Michael Fassbender. There we go. Nicholas Hoult is Beast. Jennifer Lawrence is Mystique. Did I leave anybody out? Evan Peters is Quicksilver? I think I said that. So, who's Apocalypse? He is years old mutant. Doesn't specifically say he's from outer space, but like just a very old mutant who's able to like project his consciousness into another mutant who's able to regenerate their own body. So it's pretty cool. And I remember seeing this in theaters and I liked it. I didn't love it. I liked it. But I never saw it again. And I don't know why, because now that I'm watching them all, I'm watching all the X-Men films and the Fast and Furious films together. It's kind of one big action-packed adventure. But I don't know why I haven't seen this since the first time I saw it, because this is an awesome movie. It's an awesome movie, especially when you watch everything together. So the timeline changes in Days of Future Past in 1973. This film takes place in 1983. So X-Men Origins primarily takes place in 1981, but that timeline doesn't exist anymore, so it's fine. So Scott meeting Charles Xavier in 1981 in X-Men Origins doesn't matter anymore because Scott meets Charles Xavier in 1983 in the new timeline because the timeline was changed. So everything in X-Men Origins up to 1973 is relevant, but past 73 doesn't count. So everything in the new branch of time, right? New branch of time, going to 1983 Apocalypse is relevant and makes sense. Okay. Oh, we also have Angel in this as well. He's pretty cool. So, Apocalypse wants to. He's newly reborn. Oh, Rose Byrne is in this. She's back as Moira. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, so Apocalypse wants to cause an apocalypse again amongst mankind because they're obsessed with war and they need a cleansing. So, in a very cool way, he hacks into Charles's mind, has all of the world leaders release their nukes up into the space and they blast away. There is no more nuclear war possible on Earth because there are no more weapons to cause such a destruction. So in that process, he then takes he convinces Magneto after Magneto gets married as a child. They are murdered by this town of bad people in Poland. So then Eric is back on a murdering spree as Mystique is portrayed as a hero because of the events in 1970, the changed events in 1973, but she doesn't want to be a hero. She's just trying to help as many mutants as she can without getting the glorification of helping as many mutants as she can. So Eric's now with Magneto, and Eric is Magneto. Magneto's now with Apocalypse. Mystique is now with Charles and Company. The X-Men, as she declares at the very end. And it's, two sides of the same coin. I've said this a few times. There's battling going on. The final battle takes place in Cairo because that's kind of where the film starts out. 3600 BC Cairo. But it's cool having Eric go through that pain again, go through that trauma, reliving those moments, and Charles reminding him again that there is still good in him. I shouldn't say cool that he's experiencing pain, but it's nice to see these characters in so much development of two decades worth of time, even though they don't age. But decades worth of time, you go from 62 to 73 to, or is it 63 to 73 to 83? And then the next one's in the 90s, which we're going to watch, Dark Phoenix, which I did review back when I first watched it, but I feel like it's an irrelevant review because now that I know the complete timeline, I might have second thoughts. I'm not going to do another review, but I feel like I have second thoughts. I might comment it at some point. I'm not doing a dual review. That's a little weird. But yeah, so it's an important film because it's the first film after the new timeline. And this is the same timeline where we and Wolverine, we have him escaping Stryker's prison. You have the mutants at Stryker's, place for a while. Quicksilver saves the day yet again when the mansion's about to explode yet again because of Apocalypse. So a lot of action sequences. Evan Peters, of course, is the star of the show, as he always is. We love our Evan. But yeah, so Logan taking place in 2029. I have to see when Dark Phoenix ends. Right? Well, it doesn't really matter when Dark Phoenix ends because the events of Days of Future Past was in 2024, but it changed the timeline in 73. So maybe Logan doesn't matter anymore? Maybe Logan is a part of the old timeline? What timeline is Logan in now that I've seen it and we're trying to figure this out now? When everything changes in 1973, where does the 2017 movie Logan fall into play? The old timeline or the new timeline? I'm going to say the new timeline and way after Dark Phoenix. Because X-Men, X2, X-Men United, and X-Men The Last Stand don't really take place anymore because of what happens with Days of Future Past, Apocalypse, and Dark Phoenix. I think that's correct. If someone can give me a canon timeline, that would be very helpful because my brain is hurting trying to put this together. But that's what the point of these movies are. That's how the comics are, You go from one thing to the next and back and forth, and the multiverse explodes, and good old Peter Maximoff, a.k.a. Evan Peters, a.k.a. Quicksilver, is joining us in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, not alongside our beloved Aaron Taylor Johnson, a.k.a. Pietro Maximoff, but Aaron and Evan, playing Peter, both being in Kick-Ass is still Kick-Ass. I had to say it. I had to do it. Okay. I think we're good. X-Men Apocalypse, awesome film that I'm embarrassed to say I've only seen twice now, that I need to see again, because it's really good, it's underrated, and everybody keeps giving it crap, and it shouldn't get crap, because it's a good film when you watch it all as one. Just like the Fast and Furious films, you watch them all as one. So, yeah. Okay, we're good. Mahalo.